Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we are going to continue reading the ayat from Surat Muhammad. We already read ayah number 12 and ayah number 13, and today, inshallah, we are going to proceed with ayah number 14. So let us start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wa bis-salah ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The procedure that we take is that we are pointing out rule by rule. First the elongation, then the elevation, then the sukoon, and so on. So let us start, because today, inshallah, we are going to finish the ayah in this recording. It's a small ayah actually, and I think you started to get used to the rules and so on. So first of all, let us point out the elongation. Now the elongation here is the alif, the at all times elongating letter, the waw, which is a sukoon with a dhamma before, and the ya, which is a sukoon with a kasra before it. So let us point here. The alif, two counts, so we say kana, kana. Open the throat. Don't say ke, it's bent. Mumala, alif mumala, meaning it sounds a little bit towards the ya sound. So open the throat wide and pronounce the alif. Kana. And then ala, same thing. La, don't say ale. Okay. So where else do we have? Yes, mad sila. Mad sila sughra, meaning that this ya comes after this ha al-damir, and it has a kasra, so that's why we have mad sila. And this mad sila is just elongated two counts because there's no hamza coming after it, okay? Otherwise it's going to be mad sila kubra. Kubra means we're gonna extend it 4 counts or 5 counts, but in this case there's no hamza coming after it, so we are going to just elongate it 2 counts as the normal mad. So it's going to be Rabbihi, Rabbihi kaman. Okay? Don't say Rabbihi kaman, but because there is this ya, this elongating ya. And also the same thing here. There is a waw saghira. This is mad sila sughra. So it's always connected with the ha dhamir that has a dhamma. So we are going to pronounce it lahu, lahu su'u amalihi wattaba'u. Let's take this part here. This is, we have a hamza coming after it, a waw mad, an elongating waw, which is the sukoon with a dhamma letter before it. And this is why you can see this sign. This means that we are going to elongate it extra. And the extra means 4 or 5 counts. And as we agreed, we're going to make it 4 counts. So this is how we're going to pronounce it. Su'u. Here we have mad sila sughra, 2 counts. Amalihi wattaba'u. Okay, did you notice this mad here when I pronounced it? And then we come to this mad. Now this alif, we all know that we are not going to pronounce it, okay, because it has this circle, and this alif with a circle is not pronounced. And then what comes after the waw mad? It's a sukoon waw with a dhamma letter before it, so this is an elongating waw, and then comes a hamza after it in the next word. So the last word ends here, the first word ends here, this is the last letter, and the next word starts with a hamza. So we are going to elongate it 4 counts. This is an unconnected elongation because the hamza is in the beginning of the second word, and harf al-mad is at the beginning. How are we going to pronounce it? وَاتَّبَعُوا أَهْوَاءَهُمْ. this hamza coming after the alif is in the same word. So this is connecting mad, connected elongation. What is connected? The reason of the mad, which is the hamza, coming after harf al-mad, the elongating letter, in one word. Okay, so what do? We elongate it also 4 counts. وَاتَّبَعُوا أَهْوَاءَهُمْ. Let's move forward to the next rule and let us see what we are going to do. Now, here we have the elevated letters. As we can see here, we only have one elevated letter, which is the ra. Let's just check. أَفَمَنْ كَانَ عَلَى بَيِّنَةٍ مِّن رَبِّهِ. We did not come across any elevated letter except the ra here. So we are going to pronounce it elevated. Why is that? Because it has a fatha. This shadda is because of the rule of the noon sukoon. It's idgham without a ghunna, and it's complete idgham. That's why we have a shadda above it, and the ra has a fatha. So we are going to say mirra, mirrabbihi. Okay. Any other elevated letter? Let us have a look. كَمَنْ زُيِّنَ لَهُ. No elevated letters. سُوءُ عَمَلِهِ وَاتَّبَعُوا. No elevated letters. وَاتَّبَعُوا أَهْوَاءَهُمْ. Okay, so this is the only elevated letter. And then let us move a little bit further and let us see the sukoon letters. As we see here, we only have 2 sukoon letters, the ha and the mim. The ha, what is the character of the ha? We can see a ha here, so this means that it has a whispering sound. And it also has a running sound. So we are going to say It's running and a whispering sound. So it's going to sound like this. وَاتَّبَعُوا أَهْوَاءَهُمْ. Okay? أَهْوَاءَهُمْ. And then here we have a meme. أَهْوَاءَهُمْ. Hum. Here, when we stop here, we are going to stop on a sukoon meme. But why doesn't it have a sukoon here? Because this is idgham if I connect. And the mushaf is based on connecting. So this is why it does not have any sign above it. A meme sukoon with a meme shadda after it. So this is idgham. So we are going to say, if we connect, أَهْوَاءَهُمْ مَثَلُ. Okay? But if I stop here, I'm going to make this meme a sukoon. And the meme sukoon belongs to Lin Omar, meaning that I'm going to stop and allow the ghunna to run a little bit. Hum. Okay? Now let us move to the next rule. And the next rule is the shadda letter. Yes, the shadda letter. And let's look for it. أَفَمَنْ كَانَ عَلَى بَيِّ. Yes, we have a shadda letter here on the ya. And the ya letter is one of the letters that runs. It does not stop, meaning that we don't say bayyi, bayyi. You see how the sound is totally terminating? And this is not the character of the ya. The character of the ya is that it has rakhawa. It runs in the makhraj a little bit. So we say bayyi, bayyi. And then we have another shadda here above the meme. What happened here? What is the reason for this shadda? The reason is the rule of tanween, the noon sukoon, meaning that there is a nun sukoon here, which is the tanween, and then came after it a meme, and this is idgham. And this is the sign of idgham with the letters of idgham except the waw and the ya. So here, how are we going to read this shadda letter? We are going to pronounce it like this. Bayyinatim min rabbihi. Again, bayyinatim min rabbihi. Okay, so the meme shadda has a double ghunna. Make sure to pronounce the ghunna properly and that it's heard properly. Bayyinatim min rabbihi. Mirra. There's no ghunna with the ra. It's idgham, and this is why we have a shadda on the ra, but the idgham is without a ghunna. It's a complete idgham, but it's without a ghunna. So we say mirra, mirrabbihi, and the ba has a shadda, so we say rabbi. The ba has shidda character, meaning that it stops, it terminates in its makhraj. Listen, rab, rab. It does not run, okay? So this is regarding the first ba, which is the sukoon ba. And then we have another ba, which is the kasra ba. So we say rabbi, rabbihi, okay? And what about the ya shadda here? It's the same as the ya shadda in this word. So we say zuyyina, zuyyina, yina. The ya is pronounced from the middle part of the tongue. Zuyyi, okay? Rise the middle part of the tongue upwards and pronounce the ya. Zuyyina. Do we have any other shadda? Yes, here. Watta. The ta is also one of the letters that the sound terminates in its makhraj. So we are going to handle it exactly the same as the ba. We're going to say watta, but we are not going to stop to make this pause. Like here, for example, just a short one. Rabbi. Watta, okay? Wattaba'u ahwa'ahum, okay? So this is regarding the shadda letter. The next coming rule is the noon sukoon and the meme sukoon. And these are the last two rules that we are going to discuss regarding this ayah. Here we have a noon sukoon coming after it what? The letter kaf. And the letter kaf is one of the letters of ikhfa. So there is a ghunna. All the ikhfa letters has a ghunna, meaning that the noon hid into the kaf, but it left behind its ghunna sound. So we read it like this. أَفَمَنْ كَانَ أَفَمَنْ كَانَ. Here also we have a tanween after it, a meme. And we already mentioned this, that this is idgham. And this is why we have a shadda on the meme to show the idgham. Just the waw and the ya are idgham letters, but they don't have any shadda on top of them. And we are going to say this in one of the ayahs that are coming forward in the next videos. So here we have tanween after the meme. This is idgham, so we are going to pronounce it like this. Bayyinatim min rabbihi. And also here the noon sukoon with the ra is idgham also, but with no ghunna. Mirra. The ra and the lam are letters of idgham, of merging, but there's no ghunna pronounced with them. And here we also have a noon sukoon after it, a za letter. And the za is one of the ikhfa letters. So we are going to say kamanzu. I'm ready to pronounce the letter za, and then I pronounce the ghunna first on the door of the makhraj, on the door of this letter. Kamanzu. Kamanzuyina. Okay. And then here at the end we have a meme, and I think we discussed this meme in the previous rule, the shadda, because there is the word mathal, mathalu, and this is why we don't have any sign on this meme, but we make, because it's idgham, okay, with the next coming word. So when we stop here, what do? We stop on the meme, we read it as a sukoon letter, and it belongs, the meme belongs to the in-between character. So when we stop on it, we give it its ghunna, we give it its time so that the ghunna is properly pronounced. Ahwa'ahum, hum. Okay. Very good, very good. Now, I thank you so much for your attendance and your attention. And if you have any suggestions, I will be glad to read them in the comments section. If you like these videos, kindly share it and press like so that others would benefit from this knowledge. I'll see you in the next recording. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.